Dude, my sister is so in love with her phone. Dude, I need a haircut.
You don't need your hair cut.
Check that out. Hey, mom. That's gonna be the one of the most funniest movies I've seen. I still think I don't think that tops that. I'm going to. That was pure authentic comedy.
Hold on, I gotta put.
I'll turn the comments on, babe.
I did. Ugh, I feel like I got dry skin.
You got that like lotion on. Check that out.
Well, I have to constantly put on lotion because I have some like really bad eczema.
So like, how much? How many? Is that make you so soft?
Well, yeah, and plus, I use like I used to use a lot more lotions, but I kind of it just was getting too expensive, so I kind of just cut down to two. I use, of
Mm,
course, this for my feet, elbows, knees, and my eczema, like my dry eczema patches, and then I use this lotion. It's avocado lotion from
mhm.
Italy. It's from Italy, and it's
Nice.
big, but I get my stuff from like Ross or Marshalls. I never buy it full price. Never.
Um,
That's where I get my hair products, some of my makeup, and any sort of skincare. So,
oh, okay.
I got like a patch here. Oh, there we go.
Mm.
Hmm. So, how was your day at work?
Well, let me tell you something. So,
I just
oh,
want to know what this girl looked like, and what she. I mean, to what was she wearing? Because from what you described to me, it was like really weird encounter with this person, and it was so weird that she almost like creeped you out, right?
it, I've been looked at like that before, but like, now I don't know. I'm okay. So look, if a woman, I'm, I'm not. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Look, I haven't got a haircut. My beard is like this. It's not lined up like I would want it to be. So you know what I'm saying. I just got the hat on. I really got my hat on. So you know what I'm saying. Like you can't really see my hair since I have my hat on. Like, position like anyway. I'm telling somebody in the mall, here you go. Here you
Yeah.
go. And I don't know if I tell. I think I give it to her first, but usually I give it to the man first because if you give it to the woman first, some of these dudes like you're insecure and be like, "Wait, what the fuck? This is that man." You know what I'm saying? As you're just trying to do your job and hand it out to
Yeah.
somebody, you're not really. me personally, I'm not worried about fucking conversation to open up with the woman, especially with their fucking with their significant other or with their husband or with their
Yeah,
boyfriend or whatever the fuck the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about a sale. All I'm worried about. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm giving, I think I do give it to her at first, and then the dude looks at me like this. He kind of comes over there and he's like you know what I'm saying? And he
yeah,
was like, you know what, I am looking for
yeah.
some
That's
cologne. So as I'm doing that, she comes over there and look, okay, so look, okay, check this out. Y'all look, check this out, Holmes. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I mean, but did she lean over
So
the counter or what
now
was
she
her
comes up
body?
like this. Look, y'all see how I'm nipping hard through this thick ass muscle shirt, you know what I'm saying? So she comes up and she just like she has chi chis, of course. And you know what I'm saying? She's doing like that to me, but she's with her husband. Her husband's right there. Right.
Do
And she's
you think
doing
they were studying the perfume counter to maybe like studying like where the safe was and all that stuff? I mean, because people, couples, or friends, or a group of people they'll like they'll hover around a specific area and they'll study um like where the entrance is or like the exit or
dude,
where.
I have a whole stand.
Huh?
I have a whole stand in the middle of the mall with the stand.
I mean, I'm just saying they were maybe studying you and studying the
If
their.
somebody was studying me, they were doing that the whole time too. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all,
I just
I'm
feel
not gonna lie, my eye does like fat
like
Joe and move back a little bit. You know?
I just it seems like that was more of a distraction to get
It
you
wasn't no,
like guard.
well, while I'm right there, they had a whole kid there too. You know what I'm saying?
But what if it's not their kid? What if it's a decoy? I'm just saying,
Well,
that does
that could be.
be.
I really don't know. I don't know, but so I used to go to school in Grapevine, right? But when I got out of Grand Prairie High School, and then I went to Reconnect School. This Reconnect School is a Grapevine. Now I went to school with everybody from different neighborhoods. Now, usually when women look at you, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know they if okay, so say that you weren't my girlfriend, right? And you were checking me out. How would you give me the look? How would you check me out? Like
What
how would you
bulgy eye look for sure.
well that's exactly what the homegirl was doing, man. And that it was just weird.
Well, see, the reason why my question is, did you see a kid out, or was the kid in a stroller?
Well, they were in the car seat. They were taking care. They were taking turns taking care of the kid.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, see, when I used to work for Dillard's at where you're at, and this was like almost, I don't know, 12 years ago, there was a woman and security caught her in the act. She had a baby stroller, but there was no baby in it. That's how she was stealing. She was just putting stuff in the stroller. I mean, I'm just saying that's why I asked that question.
No, there was a whole kid.
Uh, okay,
It was like their baby and everything. You know, saying their kid and everything else like that. They were taking turns. It was a little like four 4 year old, maybe like
okay.
6 4 year old, and it was like you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. It was just a weird vibe. And,
Oh my gosh, I'm itching like crazy. Having to put Vaseline on my leg.
I can appreciate a compliment, but this is it was off. It was so off-putting that it gave me a pit in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never
Did
felt
did she
so
say
weird.
anything or
Huh?
did she say anything?
No, it was just a look I got. Like, give me the bulgy eye look. Like, look at me with bulgy eyes. Like,
That is kind of weird.
you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, look, like, I just can't explain
Did,
it because,
was it a suspicious look that she gave you or just some random like bulgy eye look?
dude, it was. I'm telling you, if you were to look through it to me and at me, but you were to look through my damn soul, that's what this one is doing. And it wasn't they were looking at anything. It was they were trying to steal nothing. It was just the woman had gone up and she went like this with her chi-chis, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of, out of respect, just stepped back and went to her husband because I'm trying to close the sale. I'm not worried about, like I said, I'm not worried about anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
So she did the Jessica Rabbit look, the little
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Like I said, I'm just trying to close the sale.
But did she like but my question is, did she have like a product in her hand or was she
She had a whole kid.
Oh, okay, okay.
I bet. See, but
W
that's what.
Was the kid, like, acting up or
Well, yeah, it was like the kid was actually trying to run around, like crying a little bit and everything else like
Oh,
that. So that's why they were taking turns.
oh, okay.
But I'm saying though, like, but just to you know, I can't do it because mine. You could probably do the bulgy eye look better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm putting on this on my
Vaseline.
well, yeah, it's supposed to help with, dry patches of, for eczema.
Rubs the lotion on its skin.
You rub the lotion on the skin. There. Let me put
Yeah, y'all. That was the weirdest encounter that I've ever had ever. You know, like I said, I can take the compliment.
oh, wait.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it all, it it felt like you know what I'm saying. If you believe in marriage, it gives you that pit in your stomach.
But see, women do that to get free stuff. A free meal, free objects, a discount on stuff to get out of legal stuff.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. All you're gonna get is a free stiff arm from me. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm just trying to do my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get. And you're doing it in front of your husband too, which is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. And I know we're not supposed to cuss that much, but
But
you're
maybe he
basically
told her to
doing.
to not expose them, but to make it noticeable that way that they get like free stuff.
Look, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I understand that you're built like that, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not ever gonna put you in a situation and be like, "Hey, look, let's get a sandwich for free." So kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
My dad tried to do that with tried to get me to do that. I'm like, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do because okay, my dad sells toys and is like kid toys. That he sells on the side as a side business. Yeah, it was, and we were in Canton, and it was
mhm,
cold. It was like November at the time, and it was
Oh,
real
so for
cold.
you it was nippy, huh?
Huh?
I said for you it was nippy, huh?
No, I mean,
I'm
I
playing. I'm
had
playing.
on, like, thick clothes, but, like,
I'm just messing with you. I'm giving
I
you
guess
a hard
there
time.
weren't many, visitors at his
Uh,
tent, and so he tried to get me to, like, show my cleavage,
cleavage.
which I think it's so weird coming from a dad. I'm like, "Who says that?" Basically saying just to show just a little bit, that way more visitors can come, and I'm like, "I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna almost sell myself. What the"
Um,
and, like ever since he did that, I'm just like, "And no, and no. I will
uh,
never do that. For him, no." I'm like, That's just weird. That's just
man,
weird."
it really is. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, in all honesty, uh, it uh, it's cringy. Like you, like I've never been cringed out before by somebody, but like I don't know if homegirl was on something. You know what I'm saying? I don't like.
When she was looking at you, were her pupils dilated or something?
I don't know. I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to look at it like that.
You can always tell when someone's dilated.
Can you get that light off of me? Man, uh,
Yeah.
pardon me, y'all. That was my niece on the phone with their friend.
Oh, did she ever report her friend on TikTok? The one that was
I
what
did.
posting pictures of her and
I
stuff?
mean, she said she did, but I don't know if she did or not.
Because TikTok has to take they have to take it down because she's
Mm,
underage. So.
I mean, I don't know if she really did it or not. I mean, I guess the next time you come over, then I'll ask her what's up. You know what I'm
But see,
saying?
TikTok has
She,
age restrictions, meaning like kids under the age of 16 cannot have a TikTok, that they have to be 16 or older.
dude, I don't. Dude, the last time I got on TikTok was what to check that one dude. That homemade door lock is still getting likes and views. It's got like 5,000 views already. Um, yeah, that was a strange encounter with a couple. Like the dude was acting normal as ever, you know, not worried about what's going on and everything. It's just that you know what I'm saying. If you ever been watched by somebody, like and they're like looking at you possessively, and it's like that's your first time meeting them, it's kind of strange.
Well,
It to be honest with you, it was heartbreaking to see. You know what I'm saying? It was devastating, heartbreaking. It was cringy. It was all in one. It was just like a big old pinata in one. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't stomach it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, like kind of gave me the ick. You know what I'm saying? You ever gotten the ick from something? Like, have you ever got looked at by somebody you're just not trying to get looked at by?
I just don't know why you didn't, like, say something
Well,
to her.
because I'm at work, dude, and I'm just like, and I'm not trying to lose a customer. I'm trying to close a sale.
I
Like
know, but
I'm trying to close this sale,
I'm
and as
just
I'm trying to close this sale, all I can
customer
see is
acting like that.
homegirl looking at.
There's
Hmm? What do you want me to tell? What do you want me to say? Stop him in mid sale and be like, hold
no,
on real quick.
just
What
saying,
the?
like,
You know what
if
I'm
it
saying? What are you looking at? You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Then go back to
I
him.
would have asked, "Are you okay?"
And
Because
like I said, like at the same time, I was just like my focus was off of what homegirl was trying to do as she was over there doing some throwed off stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to close the sale. I'm building up the sale, trying to upsell it, and then you know what I'm saying I'm focused with me in the interaction. You know what I'm saying with this gentleman in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm trying to close the sale, I keep on hearing seeing homegirl like this.
did she
You know what
say
I'm saying?
anything or
No, she's just looking at me. She was like, "All right, bye, thank you." Like, if she kind of looked back in, and I was like,
that's that's
like,
weird. That's not just weird, that's like fishy behavior.
but like, I don't even know
She was up to
what
some
it.
was she
I don't
eyeing
even.
around or, was she just
She,
focused on you?
she was no, she was like her eyes were 100% on me, and it was like I said, it was like as a man, I should take this as a compliment and everything else like that. But it wasn't. It's not one of those. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it gives you the ick, it gives you the
Yeah,
cringe after, it gives you the some sort of vibe where you're not supposed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and especially it's a married couple too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And like I said, if you believe
Okay,
in that kind of thing,
if it was a married couple, did you see them have rings on their finger?
well, no. But I'm just saying, if it's his girlfriend, dude,
But, like, you said that it was a married couple. Did you see either of them have wedding rings?
well, I didn't pay attention.
Okay, so
But the only reason I said it's a married couple because that's homegirl was doing this, right? She did the cheat thing and everything else like that. And then you know what I'm saying I'm trying to do the roll to display the rollers on which one each specific one wants, you know what I'm saying, to close out something like that. And they were like, well, what kind of big stuff do you have? What kind of big bottles do you have? And I was like, I showed them everything like that. And as I'm showing him, homegirl's looking at me, as I said before. Um, it was
maybe she was on the spectrum like me.
but like
Because
you
some people
so
from like myself tend to like stare at people, but like we don't realize that we're like making like weird faces when we're doing it.
well no you I've had something in my teeth before, and you kind of like when you
I
looked
stare
at
at that
me.
shit.
No. You stared at me, and then when you kind of made this face, kind of like you got something right there.
Well, dude,
and,
I'm so
and
focused what's in between your teeth. I'm so
no, all I
focused
could
on
do
it.
was laugh. Like I fixed the problem and everything else like that, but like all I could do was laugh because the face that you made, like you could tell you were focused, and I was just like I said, all I could do was laugh. Because it was really unexpected. I've never had it. You know what I'm saying? But you're really honest, you know what I'm saying? Are like the most honest people, the funniest part. I'm just being honest with you. Most honest people, the funniest people. Because you know what I'm saying? They have no filter. It is what it is. And you know what? I didn't start meeting real blunt, honest people over here. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the only kind of people I've met were like cousins have been to prison, like you know what I'm saying? My dad has got and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? Like our people in the military that we just came out, they're real blunt, real. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just the real honesty from people that's hilarious. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take an allergy pill because I'm feeling real bad. Gotta be extra quiet.
Nobody's commenting at all.
Gotta do this.
Get in there. The comments on. Somebody comment. Oh, turn it off. She's over there.
Coffee's been on all day. That is some nasty, nasty allergy medicine. I'd rather have Benadryl.
Dude, I thought you
Yes, I
did
like
take
the
some good.
taste of Benadryl somewhat.
Wait, you like
Call me
to take
weird,
it?
but
That is kind of strange.
no, it's not strange.
Hey, did you turn on your comments? I don't know if the comments are on.
Yeah, they're on. They're on.
No, I'm not seeing any comments, but
There's one comment on my end.
what does it say?
Abby something says hi.
Oh yeah, I see it. Hey, what's up?
So, uh,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oy.
But yeah.
I found
So
this in the back room.
what is
I think it's
that?
for I think it's for a massage thing, but I'm gonna use it as an ASMR thing. See? Hey, I found it in the back.
I think that's put your foot and roll your foot on, dude.
I really don't know.
I like on your back. I'm good. How are you? Abby, Abin, Abinaya, Abby, Abinaya. We choose. Make a baby go all over my shoulders. Thank God somebody commented. Dude, I've been waiting for like somebody to comment this whole live, and nobody's commented except for Abby. So thank you, Abby, for commenting. You know what I'm saying? Um, what's been the weirdest thing to happen to you at one of your jobs since we're on the subject?
Well, I've actually said it before, and I've actually said it twice on your lives, but um, the first one got me in trouble from my old job. But since I'm not there no more, um, I had a parent wait for me in the parking lot.
Oh, that. Oh
That's
yeah,
the
I
weirdest
remember.
thing that's ever happened to me at a job was that I had a strange parent where because I used to work at this daycare that's local, and I had a parent that thankfully a good friend of mine um informed the front office, like, because she was trying to leave because she went home like at around 4 o'clock. That was her schedule to go home. She couldn't this woman, whoever this was, wasn't letting people leave, and it kind of like freaked her out, so that she went back in the office and just said, I'm trying to go home and I can't. There's a strange parent, there's a strange woman not letting people leave, and I'm freaked
Mm.
out. So she stayed until this other person left, but this parent was looking for me. I don't know who this parent was. I kind of have a feeling that f- from what was described to me, just her appearance, her age, what she looked like. Um,
So, so look. So not to cut you off, but other than that, what else has happened weird to you at work?
um, I had a very passive aggressive customer back at Dillard's many years ago for something that wasn't even my fault, and um, what else? Right before closing time when I used to work for Dollar General, and I hated
Mhm.
that job. I'm just gonna say it right now. I hated working for Dollar General. Um,
Well, this is what I've noticed too, and I've noticed this since I was working at Kroger. Yeah, I've worked at Kroger for almost 2 years. Dude, I got a promotion. How do you get a promotion to get to work overnight, but you don't get the pay raise? And then when you ask for it, they give you a hard time because you want money for the promotion they gave you.
because that they w- because they expect you to just do all the work but not for the pay.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't until I quit that job. You know when I quit that job, I went on vacation
Yeah.
because I okay. So look, check this out. What I was doing, and you're not supposed to do this. I was drinking a 5 hour energy, chugging that. After that, chugging a monster to go through, get through my daily jobs. And I was doing that consistently almost every day because I had to stay up
That's
for
gonna
my
put a
work.
strain on your heart.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I quit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's really why I just you know what I quit and then I almost walked out and I was like, oh, man, I really kind of need this job, you know?
My
So
thing is that if they're not going to give you a pay raise after 3 years of you being there
2 years
or 2 years,
and
then
I transferred from store to
for
store. Like there was one
me,
time I was over here in Ball
it's about
Springs.
time to leave. If they're not
Yeah.
willing to because back at my old job nearby, I was there for almost 8 years and they only gave me one pay raise, but it was that was before it became a charter school. Um,
Well, this is what happened. When I wouldn't finish my job, it would be three people running the whole store. So you had to do what 3 to 6 aisles, 3 aisles every night, and you have to fill it up. And when you wouldn't do that, like when I got to Irving, I was in Irving, Texas. I'll say where it was, and I'm saying I'm not gonna say the location where I'm at now, but I'll just say it like that. Anyway, I was working in Irving, Texas, and that was when I quit because I went to Grand Prairie first, and I transferred to Balch Springs. Then after that, I transferred to Irving, and so in that period of time, Kroger,
yeah.
I'm never going back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing with Dollar General, they like kind of like towards the end, they were giving me the evening and night shift, and I didn't like working at night. Um, I just feel like that they should have had men or like hired more men to work the night shift because for us women, it was mainly all women there. Um, and like usually like the last hour or maybe the half an hour before we were to like lock the doors,
Mm.
always a group of men that would come in, and it would kind of like freak us out because it would just be me, usually just me all by myself, and then the person in the back would be like counting like the money and stuff.
Mhm.
And I didn't like being by myself, especially with like more than two men in the store not buying anything. They were just roaming around trying to like flirt with me. I'm just like, oh my gosh, get out of here. Yeah.
Mhm. See, I think it's
I'm just saying the one like a lot of times that stuff would happen, and like the men wouldn't take no for an answer, and that's when you have to get scared as as a woman.
I mean,
So, and
sometimes people just don't understand no does no means no. You know what I'm saying?
so
Like,
see when you say no to a man that doesn't like rejection very well, he's not going to take it well. That he's going to take it real personal.
I'm gonna be honest with you. For the men that do that, I'm laughing at. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if I lose viewers because I'm laughing at that. That is some funny stuff. Just because I mean, come on, man. Like, okay, look, and this is why I'm laughing so much. I guess it's just me in general. Rejection, you have to get so close with rejection. It has to be your best friend, especially with what I'm doing now. Sales, dude, you get rejected every single point of the day. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody says, okay, give it the time of day. You know what I'm saying? It's just that and that. You know, I think that's what made me what I am today. You know what I'm saying? In sales, of course. You know, and just being confident in myself as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna get rejected. Rejection's part of life. You know, and that's I guess I understand that, but I guess some people don't. You know, um, I, I guess I'm different than other people. You know, different strokes, different folks. But
Yeah.
I understand why you would get scared and everything else like that. You know, I mean,
You know,
I,
especially if they come in with more than one, like if there's more than one that come in the building.
well, like this is what I'm telling. This is what I'm asking you. Do you know how to
So
like?
what?
Never mind. I was about to ask you. You know how to fight?
Dude, come on now.
Um, you know, I guess it's I don't know. It's a curiosity thing. You know, but different. But people are raised different. You know, not everybody's brought up the same way you're into. You know, so you're brought up and everything else.
Back.
So what?
Or we're being catcalled because when we do say something or when we do confront the issue, many of these women get hurt or even killed for basically standing up for themselves.
I mean, that's to be honest with you. You just gotta understand. Like, it's not that serious.
What?
I mean, I'm not like as a man. Like, you know, if I were okay, so like if I'm going up to you, talking to you, trying to get your number, you know, trying to start a conversation.
Not just that, but when you start getting physical, I'm gonna many women don't fight back.
So they just allow it to happen,
That
and they just seize up, and they just.
Yeah, but we seize up and we freeze because many of us can't believe it. And thankfully, that's never happened to me directly. I've never been, like, sexually groped, like, in public and stuff,
Mhm.
but, I mean, there have been times where I've been followed by car, by cars around the neighborhood and stuff, and, like, I'm always cautious when I used to, like, drive, like, going to the store or something. I would always look at my I would always look at my,
your
car
surroundings.
just to make sure. I mean, I was always aware of my surroundings. Thankfully, the car that I had, didn't have to, like, put in the key and it was a button. So,
Doesn't push the start.
yeah. So, I'm just saying, um, I don't know, I feel
I
like.
mean, there's been a bunch of funny stuff that's happened to me at this job. You know, okay, so there's a store called Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah,
And now in the same facility that I'm in, same mall that I'm in, there's a Dick's Sporting Goods in there. There's nothing more funnier than when somebody from a different country that doesn't really know English like that, but her kids do. So she was like, she comes up, right? She has a card with her, the same card. She was like, "Where's the exit for the Dix?" And she's like, "Dígame, like tell me, you know." She's and she's telling me, right? But her kid, I'm looking at her kids, and her kids are just laughing. They're laughing, but she's
that
serious as a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? But her kid, all of her kids are laughing. She's got like four, I think five kids with her, and they're just laughing. And I was just like, I was trying to tell her where it was, but I couldn't stop myself from laughing because the kids are laughing, and then it's just like a domino effect. And it's like I'm trying not to laugh at this one, but she just basically like said, you know what I'm saying? Like said that to me, and I'm trying to be as mature as possible about it, but I can't because they're laughing so hard at this point that I can't contain myself, and I'm just trying to hold it in. But I tell her eventually, after what 5 or 10 minutes of me laughing, and that where the direction of it is and everything else like that. Now, you know what I don't understand about that mall, and I think this was set up to be a setup for failure. This mall, there's BJ's in the front, and Dick's in the back.
yeah.
That's Dick's Sporting Goods. So I was like they're really coming in. So, and that's the place that I work at. You know what I'm saying? That's the facility I work at. Look at me trying to make it sound all professional. It's a mall. But yeah, um, I forgot what else. What else is? Oh, you know what? There. Okay, so like there was a little person, right? A
Yeah.
little person that came in when I was a manager for Journeys the first time, and uh, and I'm there's a couple funny things that happened to me. So there was like a little person that comes in, right? And they're trying to get a shirt. And so they were like, "Do you have any small?" They were like, "Do you have any size small?" And I was like, I barely came out the back, right? And so as I'm trying to tell him, I was like, "No, but when you wash it, it'll shrink." And I'm trying to, like, I'm doing that. Everything. I'm trying to hold myself together, and I couldn't. They were like, "What?"
Oh, excuse me.
So, and then, and then you know what else happened, babe?
Yeah.
So I'm at Journeys, right? And I'm the manager of the store, and I barely put the store together. Tell me why. Tell me why the school of the blind comes in and messes up the display of the shoes because they're looking around, they're trying to see.
Is it a real school for the blind, or are you?
It was, it was, babe, but I
It was
think the lady
a field
was.
trip for them. It was a field trip for
Yeah,
them.
but I'm saying though, look, this is what I'm trying to tell you. But I'm saying though, look, okay, so if it's a field trip, that's cool. That's what's up. But look, she was telling him to tell me about a job application. You know what
Well
I'm saying?
well, that's what it is. It was probably a life skills class because I know in life skills classes, especially for high school, their field trips is to do, like, daily, like, daily stuff, like, like, go shopping, grocery shopping, uh, uh, preparing them, yeah, to apply for jobs. That that that's what that was.
But what I'm saying though is after they ask for one, you get them the best. That like they're okay. So at that point, you know what I'm saying? If you're in my shoes, you're a manager, right? You just cleaned up the store, everything. You're waiting for your store manager to come in. Now, when they come in, they mess up the display because they're trying to fill them in with everything else like that. Now, I don't mind, you know, but I just spent a lot of time on these shoes, and they're asking me about a job. You know what I'm saying? So, you see what I'm saying? You see where we're trying to get at now? You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand that,
Like, I
but
was like, and I told him real politely and real kind. I was like, man, just apply online, you know? We'll get to you when we can. You know, I was real polite about it and everything, but in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, I gotta clean all this up." You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm a real messed up person for doing that. But I'm saying though, if you spend a quality time trying to get everything together so you can impress your boss, you know,
yeah,
you kind of would feel the same way. I'm just trying to get you to understand where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Um. Oh, speaking of Kroger. Uh, I was a sack boy, right? And it was
yeah.
my very first time. And so this lady comes in, right? She didn't have no problem, but she has, some gorgonzola cheese, right? Inside like
Gorgonzola.
inside and look, she's on the phone, right? But when she turns, one of them pop out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, oh, I saw one. You know what I'm saying? And I
There
walk back
was a
inside.
parent back at my old job that didn't wear any underwear, and she wore like a semi short dress, and it was like real windy, and my boss told me this, or told people this, like the pair the that her dress kind of like flew up, and you saw everything.
Oh my.
You saw everything. She wasn't wearing any underwear.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm like, okay, that woman did that on purpose.
Yeah, some parents just have no
She
shame.
wanted a live show.
Mm. You was like, see, that's true. So, I mean, y'all out there, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to y'all? You know, at y'all's job, the first job, second job, third job. The weirdest thing that's ever happened. Put it in the comments right now. Come on, chat. Let me know. Let us know. We'll wait. Or no. We just lost a viewer by doing it.
Oh well.
All right. Well, no, I want to get into how we used to have it, but we used to have a whole like fan base. Now we got to build that back up because, well, okay, we had a certain time we went live at. We had people messing with us. We had like certain people. You know what I'm saying? We just got to build that back up again. What's it this one for now? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah,
But those are the I mean, I had other weird stuff happen to me at my work back at my old job, but
mm,
it's I will say it's a little too graphic. I'll just say so.
yeah, don't say.
Basically
I mean,
kids being inappropriate,
okay. Yeah.
doing
I mean,
inappropriate stuff.
I'm pretty sure you see some dirt off stuff being a teacher, especially at
Oh
that age.
yeah. We teachers, we see everything. We see stuff that isn't normal, behaviors that aren't normal.
Dude, I tell you, I didn't know teachers would do what is it, a psychological,
We've
go
had
through a
teachers
course.
that we actually, if it weren't for, I think, the teachers union, there would be no such thing as a mental day. We actually, I think we started that.
Hmm. Oh, okay, okay. Um, I mean, what do you think is the most that you'll see? Middle school, high school, elementary? What do
Well,
you think
I
the
only
worst
dealt
of?
with the elementary and middle school.
So you think high school is like you're gonna see the worst?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, we were in high school one time, so you know,
Well, I was good in high school.
dude, I was horrible in high school.
I I
Horrible.
was every I was almost every teacher's favorite student. I was there was something called the Lighthouse Awards back then. I don't know if they still have it now, but the
Hmm.
3 years out of the 4 I got 3 Lighthouse Awards. 3. That's never happened to
Let me ask you
any of the
something.
students.
Let me ask you something. Did you sit in the front of the class?
No, I was just a very well behaved student. I always did my work on time. I, I was never absent unless I was sick, which I never was sick.
You can't say that. I know one time you'd have to be sick. Like, realistically, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes, I was sick, but I still went to school. But
When
like
were you
not sick
sick?
to where like I had the flu or something like that.
Oh, like if you had to be almost dying to stay home. That's how it was for me. Jasmine got to stay home. My sister got to stay home a lot. I literally had to cry at times to stay home. I was like, "Why is it and I gotta go?" And then when I got home, you know what my sister did? She was like, "Oh, I want to go to school." I was like, "Hey, what's her?" Or she was like, "How was school today?" So you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Me and my sister, we had like that, that, I wouldn't necessarily call it a love hate relationship because like I really don't know what to call it. You know, okay, so like you ever okay, let me ask you something. When you hang out with Alex or
Yeah.
when you hang up the phone with your brother, like do you ever tell him I love you?
Uh, Whenever he leaves the house, but like I verbally say it.
Like I don't say that to my sister. Like when she hangs up the phone, like we don't say that at all. We just don't say it at all. We'll just be like,
Well,
oh,
see, I grew up with my brother and me. We're like, I mean, we're pretty much like twins, really.
yeah,
We're 22 months apart, so we always did everything together. Board games, staying up late. We would ride our bikes, uh, you know, around the neighborhood. We would
hmm
roller skate, jump rope. I mean, we were outside a lot back in the like early 2000s.
yeah. You know what's crazy is now you can't even be outside.
I know. Well, see, there's a lot of crazy people that's
Well,
out
that
there.
too, but there's also tablets,
Yeah,
phones.
yeah, tablets too.
Oh, there's tablet babies.
Yeah.
There's
Actually, whenever there's like kids outside, like, riding bikes or whatever, which you really don't see that no more,
mhm,
that makes me so happy or, like, not too long ago, I saw like a group of kids. I want to say like a group of girls,
mhm,
not like little girls, but like they were like I don't know, like preteenish, and
mhm.
they were outside jump roping and stuff, and that just makes me so happy because you really don't see that no more. See kids riding their bike, roller skating on scooters, yeah,
There's this one. I
like
forgot
playing
where.
football or something, which I don't really like the football thing, but
There was this one post I seen. They were like, "Man, you don't see kids riding bikes no more. You see crackheads." Yeah, and
yeah.
it's
We'll see
true,
kids
dude.
today can't ride a bike. They don't know how. That or
Um,
like roller skating.
or skateboarding. uh, I'm glad I know how to ride bike. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to brag about it and be like, "Oh, I'm better than somebody who doesn't." You know what I'm saying? I'm saying I'm glad I grew up in the generation I did. You know, where scraping your knees or what I'm saying, falling down wasn't a crime. You know, you got back up and you did it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like you fell off the bike or something, you got back up and you keep on trying. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't out of the question. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Now it kind of seems like it's out of the question. Now they got e-bikes, they got scooters that have motors on them. Back then we had to push our scooters to go. You know what I'm saying? Now you have a motor on them. I feel old at this point. I feel old. We can finally say back in my day.
I know. Or actually, like not too long ago, maybe like I don't know, 3, 4 weeks ago, this happened back in the backyard. Um, my mom actually had the gate open, and this was when like I think my dad was about to come home, so that's why I had that gate open, and the neighbors' grandkids,
Mm,
were in the back, kind of like they lived 2 houses down from us, but but, um but then they kinda, like, came up to the back, kinda where the gate was, and they saw that we had a hammock and we had the dogs were inside, but they could see the dogs from the window. The cat was
mm.
outside. They saw the little garden that we have back there.
Yeah.
The small little toddler tried to get on the hammock, and it was just so fun. It was just funny to me. Like things like that, I really can care less. Yeah, if they're not like bothering like us, then then that's fine.
Okay.
And these kids were like, you, I think the oldest one was like 4, maybe 5, but probably about 4. And the little,
And they were outside of the back?
huh?
They were outside of the back?
Yeah,
By
they
themselves or what?
came up, and they were just. And my question were like, "Well, where are the adults?" But there were the adults there. The grandpa had to come in and like deeply apologize. I'm like, don't worry about it. They're not really bothering me. But the little 2-year-old was like throwing a fit because he did not want to leave. That he
I
saw
heard
the dogs and he kept pointing at the dogs and he wanted to play. Saw the cat and wanted to play with the cat.
dude, I'm telling you, I've never had so much fun looking at something enjoy themselves as much that y'all ever seen a cat play with butterflies?
Or with a
And
frog.
oh no, 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 no. The last time I was at your house, I was in the back, and so and
Yeah,
and
I know.
we saw Lucy play with the butterfly. I was gonna say
With the
something, but I'm not gonna say something. I'm not gonna say what we seen that made us both laugh because it was kind of it was pretty turned off. But I'll tell you when we go offline. Get offline. Actually, I gotta charge my phone, babe. So I gotta cut this one short because I don't have
Okay.
my charger down here.
Okay.
I think I do. But all right, y'all. I appreciate it for coming through. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Oh my goodness, excuse me.
All right, dude. I'll hit you up.
All right.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right. Bye bye. Love you.
Love you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye.